Hello everyone, this is Tails119 and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So, we've been going to the Water Temple and we pretty much got to the most labyrinthine-like part of the dungeon. The hardest part is yet to come though, it's in here. This room looks completely different, it actually looks like we are outside. I have no idea why, but oh, the door's locked, look at that. I guess we're gonna have to solve a puzzle and... Huh? What? What are you? Stop being creepy. Anyways, it's Dark Link, and Dark Link is very frustrating. Anyone that has fought Dark Link would know this. So the best I could think of is try and do random sword patterns and try and hit him. Just don't do any thrusts or he will go on top of your sword. And the longer this fight lasts, the more aggressive he gets. Of course, you could also use the hammer or Din's fire if you would like. If you're going to use the hammer, you might want to use it now, because soon he gets very good at avoiding that. Another interesting thing about this fight is that the amount of health he has is simply based on how many hearts you have. So if you have 3 hearts, he goes down quite quickly. So the best thing you can try to do is disorient him by doing a variety of slashes. But I'm gonna warn you, the longer this lasts, the more aggressive he does get. So you really want to try and get this done as soon as possible. If you take too long, you'll suddenly start finding this to be almost impossible. So either you can be cheap, or you have to find a way to distract him, and doing that is not easy. It seems swiping near him but not at him a few times can be a decently effective strategy, but don't do spin attacks or thrusts. Spin attacks he will avoid, and thrusts he will eventually jump on. He will jump on his sword, but eventually he will follow with a sword swipe. So if you want to fight him fairly, this is probably the best way to do it. Whoa! That was my best run, actually. So, don't always swipe directly at him. Try some horizontal and then vertical slices and some moving in random directions, and eventually face back at him and he will drop his guard. Now I actually learned how effective that is. I've done it before, but never that well. Okay, but that's probably the toughest part of the dungeon left. Now we can get the dungeon item, and from here the dungeon gets substantially easier, thank goodness. Anyways, we get the long shot. I kind of already spoiled this in a previous video during the last part of the training quest, I believe. But yep, we get the long shot. Hooray. Now let's start trying to collect all the gold skulltulas that we could not have gotten before. I think we only killed one. Alright. So this room has a bunch of these. Okay, I'll let Navi explain.
Link, be careful! Don't get swept by the vortexes!
Yep. And they will try and drag you in. So chances are you're going to want to use your iron boots quite a bit. And I hope you know you can tap B to swim faster, because it's useful. I want hearts. Seriously, I did a lot better in the Dark Link fight than I expected to at all. Okay, I'm definitely glad I put on the iron boots here, because there is a gold skulltula. This we can most certainly get, and this heart too. So this makes number 2. There we go. That's probably safer to actually just rise back up with the Kokiri boots. Especially here. Also note, I still have blue fire. That's because there's actually one other point in the game where I'm going to need blue fire, so I decided to just save it. Okay, why not? What other reason am I gonna be using these bottles? Might as well put it to good use. I doubt I'll need it. I doubt it'll come out of the wall. He did! Yay! I got a fairy! That's a very good thing. I'm lame. Alright. Now we want to shoot that. So let's get out our bow. And then be very quick afterwards, because you've only got like 2 seconds to shot that chest. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, you had a lot more time than I said you did. About twice the amount of time. So we got another key! Where are we gonna use it? And look, we're back in here. I said we would. Alright, there we go. But anyways, we got the long shot now, so everything is happy days. Yay! Well, it was happy days, so I was gonna let you live, but you gave me no choice. Alright, let's go get some gold skulltulas. Let's see. Alright. Well, to get one of them, I'm gonna have to change the water level again. Huh. But hold on, there are still other keys to get to. Okay, so we still have other backtracking issues to do. Part of it is just to get gold skulltulas, and that, honestly, you don't have to bother with if you don't want to. I do, so yeah. But there was the gold skulltula in here, for instance. Let's get that. Hi. There. You both get separate deaths so that you are both unique. I hope you are happy with my consideration and generosity in making you two unique. Now there is another key we actually have to get. And I do believe it requires changing the water levels again. 1 second. Let me take a look at the map. To get to where I want to go to next. Okay, I guess it involves going to the first floor. Look at that. So let's head down first and foremost. Alright, we're back down here. I am going to adjust the water level for the sake of getting another gold skulltula. If you really don't care about 100%ing, you could probably just save yourself the trouble and just start. Well, either way, you need to raise the water level to the 2nd floor to collect one last key. So this is actually technically on the way. So it's not really much trouble. But once again, it is backtracking. This is the last time we gotta do all this confusing mumbo-jumbo. At the very least, we don't have to do it 5 times like we did in the first half of this dungeon. And after that, it's more basic Zelda-esque puzzles that we're more accustomed to. So don't worry, we're getting to the point. So let's adjust the water level to the 2nd floor. There we go. And before we leave this room, we can pick up a gold skulltula that's in this room. Because now we finally have the long shot. So let's go all the way up here. And let's get the gold skulltula that is up here. Okay, that is number 4. And that's that. Now let's go after the next key, which is on this floor. What I'm looking for is probably this. No, it's... Yeah, it's over here. Now that we have the long shot, we can actually... Okay, it's up there. It's fine. So let's shoot this. And let's go over here. Now, remember one of those blocks we pushed earlier in this area? This is why we did it. Otherwise, we would have to do more backtracking, and that is quite obnoxious. But here we are. The last small key. It's finally ours. Now we can just go down a more straightforward path. But to get out, we still have to go this way. Let's start heading on to the end and finish up this dungeon. If this was any other dungeon, it would have already been finished by now. But once again, this is definitely a longer dungeon. So what we want to go to is on the northern side of this room. So let's head over and not get hit by, what are you called? Spike. Oh, wow. Okay. They didn't even try with that name. So this is, remember this room that I said we had to come back to later? I told you it would be later. Alright, let's take off these iron boots. There. Let's head over. There should be only one chest left if I have been going through this thoroughly. Yep. And you can guess what that is. And this room is simple enough. Swim on over and try to use the currents to your advantage. And don't get knocked out of the water. Okay, there. Okay. And there are stingrays in here. Hooray. This is a puzzle. So we see this bombable wall here, and this looks obvious enough. That was epic. Oh, I like it. And we see a block here. But we won't be able to push it to where we want to go. So there's got to be another way in. Well, there is. You see, this wall's also different. It does look a little odd, two different color schemes, so it still kind of hints it out. But after a while, you'll probably figure it out because you're stuck in this room anyway until you solve it. And I do mean that. There is no way out unless you've used Pharaoh's Wind. Okay, there we go. Now we gotta go this way. You see, there's a blue switch down there, and as we all know, something needs to stay on a blue switch to keep it activated. Alright, we moved this enough, so now I gotta go back. This puzzle is a little more tedious. It's actually not even that difficult. Like I said, once you get the long shot, the hardest stuff is basically over. There's just one little thing left. And it probably isn't even the hardest to figure out, honestly. Because at least there was a big eye you saw that would remind you. Alright, so that solves that puzzle, which raises the water level. Now we can go up here. You probably see that we haven't had to use the key yet. All in due time. I would say you kill these guys now. And actually aim with proper timing. There we go. Alright, here's a switch, and the water platform has gone tougher. But don't wait for them to rise, just jump right away. And you can just roll to this one. There. It's easier than trying to jump onto the third one. Alright, there is a secret passage here. It's by that gold Skulltula over there. Let's see if we can kill the gold Skulltula from here. I hope we can. That would be cool. Yes, we can. Also, be careful about the boulders. And that is all the gold Skulltulas in the water temple, so hooray for that. And yep, there's a secret pathway down here. Hopefully you figure out for coming up here there had to be something else. No. Ow. Oh no, wait. I think this is one of those areas where I actually need to use the longshot to get out. So let me just... I don't like these things. There. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. I wanted those. Oh, no. Look at the chain. It's funny. Yep. This is why we needed another small key. It just jerks you off right there. That's a jerk off move. To get the boss key. Anyways, there should be a fairy in here. I'm just going to use it like this. I already have a fairy. I don't need any more than what I've got. So, anyways, how about we use Pharaoh's Wind to backtrack? Because once again, we do have to reach the water level, and at the very least, this does take us back to the main room. There we go. So all that's left is to get to the boss, and getting to the boss is very easy, at the very least. Thank goodness. It's right there. It's the only area we haven't been to yet. And you can't even get there until you have the long shot anyway. So there we go. Let's just go in, shall we? Alright, here we go. To the boss. But we have one more obstacle we have to take care of. It involves getting past these blade traps. Do not roll up this hill or you will slide off. Instead, you kind of just want to run by the side over here and hope you win at the right time. Otherwise, you'll get hit and sent back to the bottom. But we managed just fine, so here's the boss.
Link, look out! That isn't normal water over there!
Pretty sure that's supposed to be Navi talking. Well, the water isn't doing anything to us, but I guess we should just get out and jump off. Giant aquatic amoeba morpha, and honestly, for the boss of such a frustrating dungeon, this boss is lame. I highly recommend you stay by the edges. All he can do is create tentacles that will then try and reach you. If it grabs you, it will do a lot of damage. You know what, I think I would just demonstrate for the heck of it. Now, if you shake all around, you can try to knock yourself free, but I'm just going to show you the full effect. It does hurt quite a bit, but guess what? That's pretty much all he does. All you have to do is grab the amoeba with your long shot. As you damage him, he can create more tentacles, but that's literally his entire moveset right there. So all you have to do is grab him and then try and hit him into a corner to end this fight quickly. Let's see if he can reach over here. Well, came close to it. If you trap him in a corner, you've already won. All he can do is create other tentacles, and it really doesn't make this any harder, so I'm just gonna get this fight over quickly, because it's honestly boring to watch. So that's the water temple. Hooray. So the Water Temple, it is easily the longest dungeon in the game. By far the most labyrinthine-like and confusing dungeon in the game that constantly forces you to pause a million times. And honestly, it is way too easy to get screwed over and lost in this dungeon. And while the mini-boss was quite epic, the boss is very disappointing. I can see why many people consider this the worst dungeon in the game, because no matter how many times I play it, even I am bound to make mistakes. Ugh. It's just not a nice dungeon at all. It's very cruel. Well, let's just meet the new sage.
Link, I would have expected no less from the man I chose to be my husband. Zora's domain and its people will eventually return to their original state. As a reward, I grant my eternal love to you. Well, that's what I want to say, but I don't think I can offer that now. I have to guard the Water Temple as the Sage of Water. And you're searching for the Princess Zelda. You can't hide anything from me! Princess Zelda. She's alive. I can sense it. So don't be discouraged. I can tell that nothing will stop you in your quest for justice and peace. You must take this medallion. Take it respectfully! If you see Sheik, please give him my thanks, okay?
As the water rises, the evil is vanishing from the lake. Link, you did it! Sheik! Did Runa want to thank me? Yes, she did. I see. We have to return in peace to Hyrule for her sake too, don't we? Seems we do. Look at that, Link. Together, you and Princess Ruto destroyed the evil monster. Once again, the lake is filled with pure water. All is as it was here. Sure is a sight for sore eyes. Sheik? Where'd he go this time? What's he hiding anyhow? Just can't figure him out. Well, that's it. Water Temple is finally done. So, we're going to start doing some random stuff around Lake Hylia in the next video. Until then, this has been Tailspin 109, and have a nice day.